I will explain your doubts which are given to me or which are sent by you. Afterwards, if time will permit, then I will explain some hints or some likely sums which are useful for your exam. So without wasting time, we start with your first doubt, that is of chapter 13. That is, if the data is more than type of data is given, then how to solve this sum? First of all, if the data is more than type or less than type, then second column, here it is number of candidates, that is cumulative frequency instead of frequency, that you have to remember. Again I repeat, if less than type or more than type of data is given, then second column is always a cumulative frequency, not a frequency. So first step is we have to convert such data in class and frequency, that is we have to form general frequency distribution. That is our first step. See the class name. Here the data given in reverse form. More than or equal to 80, more than or equal to 70 and so on. And the last one is more than or equal to 0. More than or equal to 0 marks wale students. How much? So total 34. So total number of students in a class, that is 34. So we have total strength of the class, that is 34. Then more than or equal to 10, that is 32. Meaning is 0 और 10 के बीच वाले students. तो कितने हैं? तो 34 minus 32, that is number of students getting marks between 0 to 10, that is 2. So now we prepare general frequency distribution, that is class and frequency. So class and frequency. So first class, that is 0 to 10, class length is of 10. So 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 50, 50 60, 60 70, 70 80, and 80 90. Why 90, not 100? Given in data, that is out of 90 marks are given. So maximum mark is 90. Now frequency. So 34 minus 32, that is 2. 32 minus 30, again 2. Meaning 2 students getting marks between 10 to 20 and so on. 30 minus 27, that is 3. 27 minus 23, that is 4. 23 minus 17, that is 6. 17 minus 11, again 6. 11 minus 6, that is 5. 6 minus 4, 2. And last one is 4. So total number of students, that is your sigma fi. So is your general frequency distribution. अगर यही क्वेश्चन में आपको मीन फाइंड करना बोला है तो आपको मीन फाइंड करना है, मीडियन तो मीडियन and mode to mode. Is your general distribution, and then you have to find mean, median, mode according to question. Now we go to the next question. Given that an article was, it is of chapter 4, an article was sold for rupees 144. So first of all, selling price given rupees 144. If the percentage profit, percent profit किसमें दिया है? तो percentage में दिया है. Numerically equal to the cost price. जितनी cost price है उतना percent profit है. So let say cost price equals X, then profit person is X person. If cost price is X, profit is given X%. Now profit person, if I say 5% profit, that is on 100 rupees, we get 5 rupees as a profit. Similarly, here given profit. Profit given X%. That is, if CP is 100, then your profit will be rupees X. But our CP is X. Then what is your profit? So we can say cross multiply, we get X square upon 100 is your profit. Now we know that what we have to find. Find the cost price of the article. We have to find X. Now we know that SP equals CP plus profit. SP given 144. Cost price given, that is X. Profit given, that is X square upon 100. 100 LCM. So we can say 14400 equals 100x plus x square. Convert it in standard form. So x square plus 100x minus 14400 equals 0 is your quadratic equation. You can solve this equation either by factorization or quadratic formula. If quadratic formula, then A equals 1, B equals 100 and C equals minus 14400. Otherwise, you can factorize 14400 such that subtraction should be 100. So factors are 180 and 80. Factors are 180 and 80. 180, 80s are, that is 14400, and then subtraction is 100. So direct factors are x plus 180 and x minus 80 equals 0. So value of x plus 180 equals 0 or x minus 80 equals 0. So values of x equals minus 180 or x equals 80. But we know that we have to find cost price. But cost price cannot be negative, and therefore the cost price of an article is rupees 80. Is the problem solved? So you must have right answer in statement form. The cost price of an article is rupees 80. Now we go to the next doubt. Now given, if one of the zeros of polynomial 3x square minus 8x plus 2k plus 1 is 7 times the other, find the value of unknown, that is k. Now it's a quadratic polynomial, you know that. So how many zeros? So 2 zeros are there. Here given, one of the zero is 7 times the other. We know that say alpha, beta are our zeros, in which the relation between alpha and beta is given. Alpha equals 7 beta. Compare with standard form. So we get A equals 3, B equals minus 8, C equals whole 2k plus 1. Now, also we know the relation between alpha and beta in a quadratic polynomial. We know that alpha plus beta equals minus b upon a. What is alpha? So it is 7 beta plus beta minus what is b? So minus 8. A to 3. Therefore 8 beta equals minus minus plus 8 upon 3. 8 cut. So value of beta, it is 1 upon 3. Now product of the zeros, alpha beta equals c upon a. Alpha is again 7 beta. So it is 7 beta into beta c, that is 2k plus 1 upon a, that is 3. Therefore 7 beta into beta, beta square, value of beta already found, that is 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 the square equals 2k plus 1 upon 3. 7, 1 square 1, 3 square 9, 2k plus 1. Cross multiply. Direct cancellation, 3 3s are. So becomes 7 equals 6k plus 3. Therefore 7 minus 3 equals 6k, and so 6k equals 4. K equals 4 upon 6. So value of unknown, that is k, is 2 upon 3 is a solution. Now next doubt is your example given in textbook of chapter 10. Chapter 10 illustration 2 given. Two tangents TP and TQ drawn to a circle with center O from an external point T. We have to prove that angle PTQ equals 2 times OPQ. Important example. First of all, diagram is a circle, say center O given, two tangents TP and TQ, meaning point T is common, that is your exterior point. So TP and TQ are two tangents drawn from T with a center O from an external point T. Prove that angle PTQ, meaning this angle, equals twice angle OPQ. We have to prove that angle PTQ is twice angle OPQ, that is this angle. Now prove. Start with, let angle PTQ, say it is x. Now, according to theorem 10.2, from the exterior point, two tangents can be drawn of equal length. So consider triangle PTQ, in which, in triangle PTQ, we can say PT equals TQ. If two sides are equal, opposite angles are also equal. Two sides are equal, opposite angle, that is this angle and this angle are equal. Say both are y. So angle TPQ equals angle PQT, say both are y. Now using angle sum property for triangle, x plus y, so x plus y, that is 2y, is 180 by angle sum property. Therefore 2y equals 180 minus x. So y equals 180 minus x upon 2. Separate division by 2. Therefore, y equals 180 by 2, we get 90 minus x upon 2. Say result 1. Now, consider this diagram. OP is a radius. OP is a radius. And radius is always perpendicular to the tangent at point of contact. That is theorem 10.1. So we can say angle OPQ plus angle QPT equals 90. So angle OPQ plus QPT, that is y, equals 90. Therefore angle OPQ, but value of y is already there by 1 using result 1. What is y? So 90 minus x upon 2 equals 90 using result 1. So 90 cut. Therefore angle OPQ equals x upon 2. Therefore cross multiply 2 times OPQ equals x. But what is x? X is nothing but angle PTQ. And therefore 2 times angle OPQ equals angle PTQ is our required result that we prove. PTQ equals twice OPQ is our required result. Next one. Next doubt. It is of same chapter 10, circle, illustration 3. Given that PQ is a chord of length 8 cm of a circle of radius 5 cm. First of all, in this sum, diagram is not given. और एग्जाम में भी जनरली इसका डायग्राम नहीं दिया होगा. So you have to draw the diagram. PQ is a chord of a circle of length 8. Sorry. So PQ is a chord of length 8 with center O and radius given 5. So we can say OP is a radius, OQ is a radius, it is 5, 5. The tangents at P and Q intersect at point T. So tangent from P and Q, that is T. Find the length of TP. हमें टेंजेंट की लेंथ फाइंड करनी है. In data given, length of the chord is given 8. First join OT, and we know that when we draw the perpendicular from the center on the chord, it bisects the chord. So 8 divided in 2 equal parts, that is MP equals NQ, and both are 4 each. First consider right triangle POM. इसका कैलकुलेशन मैं orally बता रहा हूं. Is a right angle triangle. Is a right angle triangle. Therefore, we can find OM using Pythagoras theorem. So 25 minus 16. तो डायरेक्ट मैं लिख रहा हूं. OM square is 25 minus 16. That is 9. And so length of OM is 3 centimeter. तो हमें ये 3 मिल गया. First apply Pythagoras for triangle OMP. Now consider two triangles. One triangle अलग से दिखा रहा हूं. One triangle is OMP is a right triangle. Another triangle is OPT. OPT. OP is a radius and radius is always perpendicular to the tangent. So it's another right triangle. First we prove the similarity between these two triangles. So in a triangle PMO and triangle OPT. First, angle OMP equals angle OPT. Both are 90 each. Second, that is O is a common angle for both. So angle POM equals angle POT is a common angle for both the triangles. So by AA, chapter 6, two triangles are similar. One triangle OMP corresponding part with angle M, that is P. So M के साथ P with angle O, that is O, and remaining is T. So OMP equals OPT. If triangles are similar, sides are in same proportion, that is OM by OP, MP by PT equals OP by OT. Now OM, so that is 3, OP already 5, PM 4, OP 5. We don't have OT and PT, but we require PT. OM, so given 3, OP, that is 5, equals MP, that is 4, upon PT, and PT is a requirement, cross multiply. So what happened? PT equals 4 5s are 20 upon 3 unit centimeter. टेक्स्टबुक में यही आंसर दिया. You can also convert in decimal form. दोनों आंसर सही. So length of the tangent PT is 6.67 centimeter. Both example 2 and example 3 of chapter 10 are important sums. Next is again of chapter 10. Diagram given, that is xy and x dash y dash are tangents, is of question 9 of textbook. Diagram given in which xy and x dash y dash are two tangents and both are given parallel. PQ is a diameter. We have to show that angle AOB is 90. We have to show that angle AOB equals 90. Start with proof. First join OC. Nothing but the radius. So it is radius, OP radius, OQ is also radius. Consider two triangles. One triangle, that is OPA, and triangle OAC. These two triangles like kite. In which first prove the congruency between two triangles. So in triangle OTA and triangle OAC, in which OA is a common line segment. So OA equals OA, common side. Second, OP and OC both are radii of the same circle. So OP equals OC, radii of same circle. Third is a tangent. So from the exterior point A, we can say AP equals AC. So AP equals AC, equal tangents. So by SSS, two triangles are congruent. One triangle OAP and another is OAC. From that, we can say angle AOP, angle AOP equals angle AOC by CPCT, जिसको मैं नंबर दे रहा हूँ 1 and 2. So here in diagram we can say it is 1 and 2. Similarly, in lower two triangles, that is triangle QOB and POC, we can similarly prove angle 3 equals angle 4. So directly from similarly we can prove angle 3 equals angle 4. Now is a straight line PQ. So sum of all angles, nothing but linear pair, addition 180. Therefore angle 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 180. We have to prove angle AOB equals 90. We require angle AOB. And AOB is what? Sum of 2 and 3. तो हमें 2 और 3 की जरूरत है. So change. Instead of 1, we can write 2 plus 2 plus 3. Instead of 4, we can write 3 equals 180. So it is 2 times 2 plus 2 times 3 equals 180. Whole equation divided by 2, and therefore divided by 2 gives 2 plus 3 equals 90. But 2 plus 3 is nothing but angle AOB, and so we prove angle AOB equals 90 is the required result. Now go to the next doubt. A cubical block of size 7 cm surmounted by hemisphere. What is the greatest diameter? And find the surface area of the solid. That is of chapter 12, surface area and volume. So is a cube. Is a rough diagram. इसके ऊपर हमें हेमिस्फीयर रखना है. Now given a cubical block, meaning cube given, so all sides are 7 by default. Height, breadth, length, everything is 7. So maximum, first question, what is the greatest diameter of the hemisphere? अगर इसको रखेंगे तो मैक्सिमम डायमीटर क्या होगा? तो इट इज 7 सेंटीमीटर. So first question complete. If diameter 7, so radius 7 by 2 or 3.5 centimeter. Now find the surface area of a solid. So surface area of a cube. तो फर्स्ट 6l स्क्वायर, इसके ऊपर हेमिस्फीयर मीनिंग उसका लेटरल सरफेस एरिया 2πr स्क्वायर, लेटरल दैट इज बॉर्डर. बट जैसे ही हम हेमिस्फीयर क्यूब के ऊपर रखेंगे उसका बॉटम नथिंग बट सर्कल. सर्कल जितना एरिया वो क्या हो जाएगा क्यूब में से माइनस, because it is on the top of the cube. तो ये एरिया ऊपर की सरफेस में से माइनस हो जाएगा. And base of the area of a hemisphere is πr square, nothing but area of a circle. So 6l square again, that is total surface area of a cube. Curved surface area of hemisphere, that is 2πr square. इसके ऊपर रखा है मीनिंग ये जो बॉटम है वो आपको दिखने वाली नहीं है, सो दैट इज पाई आर स्क्वायर माइनस हो जाएगा. नाउ 6 side of a cube given 7, तो 7 square 2 now 2 pi, तो 22 by 7 radius 7 by 2 सॉरी पहले इसको सिंप्लीफाई कर लेते हैं. both are like terms, so 2 pi r square minus pi r square, so we get 6l square. 2 pi r square minus pi r square gives pi r square. Now calculation, substitute the values. 7 square 22 by 7, 7 by 2 the whole square, so 2 times. Simplify, which gives your answer. मैं कैलकुलेशन कंप्लीट नहीं कर रहा हूं, आपको कंप्लीट करना है. नेक्स्ट वन इज योर 1 मार्कर क्वेश्चन. इन क्वेश्चन भी आ सकता है, ब्लैंक्स में आ सकता है, एमसीक्यू में भी आ सकता है. What is the probability of scoring 35 marks out of 50 marks? 50 marks की एग्जाम है, 35 मार्क्स आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है? तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आउटकम्स. व्हाट आर द आउटकम्स ऑफ 50 मार्क्स एग्जाम? इट स्टार्ट्स विद 0, देन 1 मार्क आ सकता है, 2 3 अप टू 50. सो टोटल आउटकम्स आर 51 नॉट 50. ये आपको याद रखना. अगर 100 मार्क्स की एग्जाम है, देन टोटल आउटकम्स आर 101 including 0. Now 35. Now 35. बीच में एक नंबर आएगा 35. It is repeated only one time, so favorable occurrence is 1. तो probability की formula favorable occurrence upon total outcomes. Favorable 1, total 51. So 35 marks in probability 1 by 51. Generally इस टाइप के सम में लोग क्या करते हैं, जो 35 by 51 और 35 by 50 is not your answer. मार्क्स कोई भी दिया हो, 35 की जगह 20 दिया हो, 21 दिया हो, 48 दिया हो, आंसर इज ऑलवेज 1 by 51. और अगर 100 मार्क्स की एग्जाम है, तो टोटल आउटकम्स आर 101. Now next one. If the mean of the following frequency distribution is 2.6, mean given 2.6, then find the missing frequency. One of the frequency is missing, that is y. So सबसे पहले table, it is of discrete frequency distribution. तो 1 2 3 4 5. Frequency 4 5 y 1 2. Sigma fi. You can also say n. 4 plus 5 9 10 12 plus y. Frequency. What is our formula to find the mean? Sigma fi xi upon sigma fi. X bar already given 2.6. Sigma fi xi and sigma fi. Sigma fi already found. Now we have to find fi xi. Multiplication of xi and fi. 1 4 are 4, 5 2 are 10. It is 3y. 4 5 2 are 10. So your sigma fi xi equals 14 plus 4, 18 plus 10, 28 plus 3y. Substitute the values. So 28 plus 3y upon sigma fi, that is 12 plus y. 26 by 10 equals 28 plus 3y upon 12 plus y. Cancellation. 13 and 5 cross multiply. 13 with 12 plus y. So 156 plus 13 into y is 13y equals 28 5s are 140 plus 5 3s are 15y. 15y minus 13y, that is 2y. 156 minus 140 gives 16. And so missing frequency is 8. That is the value of y, is the missing frequency. Next one. Important. The area of the triangle formed by coordinate axes. Meaning of coordinate axis, that is x-axis and y-axis. And the line x plus y equals 6. The triangle formed by, ये दोनों से ट्राइंगल बन रहा है, तो सबसे पहले तो हमें वो ट्राइंगल दिखाना पड़ेगा. तो कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस is your y-axis, is your x-axis. By default, origin O. And the line x plus y equals 6 is a linear equation in two variable. तो जिसका ग्राफ ऑलवेज स्ट्रेट लाइन होगा, तो वो लाइन कैसे ड्रॉ करेंगे? सबसे पहले तो शॉर्ट मेथड, y की वैल्यू 0 रखो, तो x क्या मिलेगा? 6. मीनिंग x की वैल्यू हो गई 6 जब हमने y 0 रखा, मीनिंग योर कोऑर्डिनेट इज 6 0. इफ वी सब्स्टिट्यूट x इक्वल 0, तो आपको y मिलेगा, that is y equals 6. So your coordinate is 0 6. Plot these points on the graph. So here we can say it is 6 0 on x-axis and 0 6 is on y-axis. Say 3x plus 2y equals 12 दिया है. कैसे कोऑर्डिनेट डिसाइड करेंगे? तो y को 0 रखेंगे. If y 0, तो 3x equals 12, x मिल जाएगा 4. x को 0 रखो, तो y मिलेगा 6. y equals 12, that is y 6. So 4 0 and 0 6, उसमें से आपको पास होती हुई लाइन ड्रॉ करनी. So is your line, and is a line of x plus y equals 6. So triangle is formed. इसका हमें एरिया फाइंड करना है, लेकिन अगर एरिया इज अ राइट ट्रायंगल, इज अ डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम ओरिजिन, 6 0 इज योर कोऑर्डिनेट, तो ये डिस्टेंस हो गया 6. on y axis सिमिलर डिस्टेंस, दैट इज 6. सो एरिया ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल, half base, that is 6, height is also 6. 2 से cut, answer will be 18 square unit. Without fail, square unit लिखना है. Without fail, square unit. Here unit is not given cm or centimeter or meter, so your unit is square unit. Next one. Given two metallic spheres of radius 9 and 10 centimeter. Two spheres. One is of radius 9, one is of radius 10. Are melted, इसको melt कर देना, and then recast into two new spheres. Generally इस टाइप के सब में one new sphere दिया होता है, यहाँ दो दिए हैं. दो sphere को melt करके दो नए sphere बनाने. So another, इसको melt करके इसमें से हमें ये दो sphere बनाने. In which the radius of the one of the new sphere is 12 centimeter. जिसमें से एक की radius 12 है. You have to find the another one. दो sphere को melt करके दो sphere बनाने, जिसमें से एक नए स्फीयर की रेडियस दी है, हमें दूसरे स्फीयर की रेडियस फाइंड करनी. But when one object is melted and recast into another, the volume remains the same. So say volume of 1, volume of 2 is same as volume of 3 and 4. Say sphere 3, sphere 4, sphere 1 and sphere 2. 1, 2 को melt करके 3, 4 बनाना है. So volume remains the same. All are spheres. So 4 by 3 pi r1 cube, 4 by 3 pi r2 cube, 4 by 3 pi r3 cube, 4 by 3 pi r4 cube. From both the sides, 4 by 3 pi common. So r1 cube plus r2 cube. Right hand side also 4 by 3 common. 4 by 3 pi. r3 cube, r4 cube. From both the sides 4 by 3 pi cut. So r1, now substitute the values. We have 3 radius. One is 9 cube, second 10 cube, third 12 cube, और third से find करना है. तो 12 cube plus r4 cube. So it is 3 and it is 4. Therefore 9 cube, तो 729. 10 cube, तो 1000. 12 the cube, it is 1728. 12 into 12 into 12 plus r4 the cube. दोनों का एडिशन 1729 minus 1728 equals r4 the cube. Therefore r4 cube equals 1. Cube root on both sides, 1 ka cube root 1 unit centimeter is the radius of the other sphere. Now next one, sin theta minus cos theta of chapter 8, again is of 1 or 2 marker question. Sin theta minus cos theta equals 0. Then find the value of sin raised to 4 theta plus cos square theta. First, given sin theta minus cos theta equals 0. Cos on the right, we can say sin theta equals cos theta. Direct value लिख सकते हैं टेबल में से देख के. That is, when can we say the values of, or that is for which angle the values of sin and cos are equal. So according to table, we know that is theta equals 45. Meaning sin 45 1 upon root 2 and cos 45 is also 1 upon root 2. So theta की value मिल गई. That value of theta substitute in the sin and cos. So sin raised to 445 value of theta. Cos square theta, cos square 45. According to table, sin 45, 1 upon root 2 raised to 4. Cos 45 also 1 upon root 2. The square, it is equals 1 raised to 4, 1. Root 2 raised to 4 is 4. Root 2, root 2, root 2, root 2, 4 times. Plus 1 square 1 and 1 square 1 and root 2 square is 2. LCM becomes a 4. So 1 plus 2, your answer is 3 by 4. Is a 1 marker or 2 marker question. Next down. If A cos theta plus B sin theta equals 4. A sin theta minus B cos theta equals 3. Two trigonometric equations are given in sin cos. We have to find the value of A square plus B square. Important one. Now we require A square, B square, but here given A, B. So first equation, A cos theta plus B sin theta equals 4. We require A square, B square. So taking square on both the sides. Expansion like A plus B whole square. So A square cos square theta plus 2AB sin theta cos theta plus B square sin square theta equals 16. Say number 1. Similar, second equation given. Again we require A square B square, so taking square on both the sides. इधर ही आपको दिखा रहा हूं मैं taking square on both the sides. So डायरेक्ट इसका expansion लिख रहा हूं like A minus B whole square. So it is A square sin square theta minus 2AB sin theta cos theta plus B square cos square theta. 3 the square, that is 9. Number 2. Adding 1 and 2. So 2AB sin cos cot. Remaining A square cos square, A square sin square. दोनों में से स्क्वायर कॉमन बचेगा cos square theta plus sin square theta plus B square common sin square theta plus cos square theta. 16 plus 9, that is 25. Now you know the identity. Cos square theta plus sin square theta equals 1. Again sin square plus cos square, that is 1. A square into 1, that is A square. B square into 1 is B square. Equals 25. So 25 is your answer. Now 12x plus 21y equals 21. Second, 21x plus 12y equals 12. Find value of x plus y. We require x plus y, same like previous sum. Addition of both equation 1 and 2, 12 plus 21, 33x plus 33y equals 21 plus 12, that is 33. Therefore, x, 33 common from all, so x plus y equals 1. Don't solve by elimination. डायरेक्ट एडिशन और सब्ट्रैक्शन इस टाइप के सम में होगा क्या? तो x का जो कोएफिशिएंट है फर्स्ट इक्वेशन में, that is the coefficient of y in second, and similar the coefficient of y in first is the coefficient of x in second. तो either आपको एडिशन या सब्ट्रैक्शन करेंगे तो आपका आंसर मिल जाएगा. Next one, the greatest 4-digit number, सबसे बड़ा 4-digit number, which are divisible by 97 सबसे बड़ा द ग्रेटेस्ट 4 डिजिट नंबर जो 97 से डिवाइड हो सकता है. तो हाउ टू फाइंड? तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द ग्रेटेस्ट 4 डिजिट नंबर यू नो that is 9999. हमें ऐसा नंबर चाहिए जो 97 से डिवाइड हो सके. सो डिवाइड दिस नंबर 97. 97 ones are 97. 2 taking 9, so 29. Not divisible by 97, so 0. Again 9, 299. So 97 threes are, that is 291. Remainder is 8. That remainder you have to subtract from 9999. So if we subtract 999 minus 8, we get 9991. 9991 is the greatest 4-digit number which is divisible by 97. Meaning ये number 97 के टेबल में आएगा. Nothing but 97 into 103 is your 9991. Next one. If the HCF of 85 and 153 equals 85m minus 153, find the value of unknown, that is n. So first of all, HCF of 85, both numbers are given, 85 and 153. You can factorize. Factors of 85, 17 5s are. Factors of 153, 17 9s are. Requirement is HCF, so common from both. So HCF of 85 and 153 is 17. That value, that is 17, substitute in left hand side. So what we get? 17 equals 85m minus 153. So 17 plus 153 equals 85m. Therefore 85m equals 170. So m equals 170 upon 85. We get m equals 2. So value of m is 2. Next one, an important, बहुत बार पूछा गया है इस टाइप के सम्स. If alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial, then find 1 by alpha and 1 by beta. First of all, compare with standard form. So you get compare with standard form. So we get A equals 3, B equals minus 8, C equals minus 10. Alpha, beta are the zeros. So sum of the zeros, alpha plus beta minus b by already b minus minus plus हो जाएगा. 8 by 3 is the value of alpha plus beta. Similarly, product of the zeros, alpha, beta, c upon a, that is minus 10 upon 3. Our requirement is 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. Taking LCM, what we get? Alpha, beta. Cross multiply. Beta plus alpha. Alpha plus beta. Direct value 8 by 3 and minus 10 by 3. 3 cut. 8 by minus 8 by 10. Simplify, we get minus 4 upon 5. without finding alpha plus beta, only using coefficient. ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं, यहां से अल्फा प्लस बीटा माइनस बी बाई अल्फा बीटा सी बाई ए कट direct value minus a and c, that is minus 10, 3 times minus, that is answer is minus 4 upon 5. Now next doubt, the solution of pair of equations x upon a plus y upon b equals to, and another equation, that is ax minus by equals a square minus b square. Both are pair of linear equation in two variable. तो पहले इसको सिंप्लीफाई करते हैं, मीनिंग कन्वर्ट इट इन स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म. सो LCM AB, so it gives bx plus ay equals 2ab. Say is your equation 1, is your equation 2. For elimination, we require same coefficient of x. So multiply first equation by a and second equation by b. So we get abx plus a square y equals 2 a square b. Second equation multiply with b. So we get abx minus b square y equals a square b minus b cube. Elimination, for that change the sign, minus plus minus plus. abx कट, दोनों में से y कॉमन, so y कॉमन, remaining is square plus b square. Like terms are there. See, 2a square b minus a square b. We get a square b plus b cube. Therefore, y a square plus b square equals, दोनों में से कॉमन, that is b कॉमन. So b common, we get a square plus b square. From both the sides, a square plus b square cut, and therefore we get y equals b. So one of the solution, एक वेरिएबल का सॉल्यूशन आपको मिल गया, that is b. That value of y, substituting any of the equation, either 1 or 2. Say 2. So from equation 2, substitute ax minus b instead of y. We already found value, that is b. So b into b, that is b square, equals a square minus b square. From both the sides, minus b square cut. Ax equals a square. Therefore, x equals a square upon a cut. And so x equals a. Now, another doubt. It is already discussed. Similar doubt is that, see, again coefficients, 33, x का coefficient, so 33 is of y. Second, 27 is a coefficient of y, 27 is a coefficient of x. That is cross coefficient given. But instead of x plus y, we require x minus y. So, instead of addition, now we get subtraction. Meaning, डायरेक्ट सम कर रहा हूं मैं 33x 27y 147 सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है मीनिंग हर एक की साइन चेंज so it gives minus so 33x minus 27x we get 6x similar 27y minus 33y it is minus 6y and 147 minus 153 so we get minus 6 common from all so we get the answer x minus y equals minus 1 same as previous sums. Next important sum. The first one is given sec 4 minus sec square theta. Such type of equations, such type of trigonometric sums given in terms of आंसर आपको किसमें चाहिए तो ऐसा लिखा होगा in terms of tan theta या अगर एमसीक्यू में पूछा है तो आपका ऑप्शन चलो वो सब मुझे याद है तो मैं आपको बता देता हूं we sec 4 theta minus sec square theta equals dash in terms of tan theta how to solve तो equals दोनों में से कॉमन sec square theta so we get sec square theta minus 1 our requirement is in terms of tan theta so we know the identity general identity sec square theta minus tan square theta equals 1 हमें sec square theta चाहिए meaning sec square theta equals 1 plus tan square theta and sec square theta minus 1 equals tan square theta is your general identity उसमें से दो if we take sec square theta it is 1 plus tan square theta and sec square theta minus 1 is tan square theta हमें tan में आंसर चाहिए so convert all sec into tan so sec square theta is 1 plus tan square theta and sec square theta minus 1 identity that is tan square theta bracket open 1 into tan square theta so we get tan square theta plus tan square into tan square that is tan raised to 4 theta therefore sec 4 minus sec square answer in terms of tan theta is tan square theta plus tan raised to 4 theta now next will be Now next one. Now for two acute angles A and B, if A greater than B, angle A greater than angle B, then cos A dash cos B. अगर A is greater than B, your answer greater आएगा, less आएगा, equal आएगा, that we have to decide. So first of all, you have to remember the trigonometric table. जो आपको वैल्यूज दी है एंगल्स की, वो आपको रिमेंबर होनी चाहिए. So cos angles are 0, 30, 45, 60, 90. Cos 0 is 1. Cos 30 root 3 by 2. 45 1 upon root 2. Cos 60 1 by 2. And cos 90, that is 0. So what happened? From this table we can say, as the angle increases, जैसे जैसे एंगल की वैल्यू बढ़ रही है, the value of cos decreases, that is from 1 to 0 जा रहे हैं. As the angle increases, the value of cos decreases. मतलब यहाँ A की वैल्यू B से ज्यादा है, एंगल A से 60, B की वैल्यू मान लो कि भाई 30 है. So what happened? A greater than B, तो cos A की वैल्यू cos B से क्या होगी? तो कम होगी. If I say cos A 90, ये 0, B की वैल्यू 0, A की वैल्यू 90. So we can say A greater than B. तो इसकी वैल्यू देखो, cos 90 मतलब 0, less than cos 0, that is 1. So 0 is less than 1, तो answer is less than. Not only cos, उसी तरह आपको sin, sec, tan सभी की वैल्यूज टेबल याद होनी चाहिए, जिसके ऊपर से आपको ट्रू फॉल्स, ब्लैंक्स, एमसीक्यू कुछ भी आ सकता है. नेक्स्ट वन is of chapter 10, a cyclic quadrilateral. In a cyclic quadrilateral, ABCD, relation between B and D given. Find angle B. That is 4 angle B equals 5 angle D. But we know that in a cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles are supplementary. Addition 180. Here given relation between B and D. 4 angle B equals 5 angle D. We require angle B. हमें B चाहिए. So we can say 4 upon 5 angle B equals angle D. 5 इधर आ गया. Now angle B plus D equals 180. Property of cyclic quadrilateral. B remains B, but instead of D we can write 4 upon 5 angle B equals 180. 5 है, 5 LCM, so 5 angle B plus 4 angle B equals 5, 18 4 720, total 90. 9 angle B equals 720, and therefore angle B equals 80. So measure of angle B, that is 80. Now next and very important, अगर आपने बेसिक पेपर देखा है तो उसमें भी देखा होगा कि ये सम पूछा गया है इन कॉन्सेंट्रिक सर्कल्स in concentric circles, radii of two concentric circles. Radii of two concentric circles are 29 and 20. The chord of the larger circle, two concentric meaning center से radius अलग, two concentric circles are 29 and 20. Chord of the larger circle, bigger circle, touches the smaller circle. बड़े सर्कल का chord छोटे सर्कल को टच कर रहा है. So we can say center से O, point of contact से M, chord से AB. So what happened? OM is a radius of the smaller circle, that is 20 centimeter. OB, radius of the larger circle, that is 29. Radius is always perpendicular to the tangent at point of contact. So it's a right angle triangle. You can apply Pythagoras theorem for triangle OMB. So 29 square, 20 square, 841 minus 400. And therefore it is 441. So square root of MB, that is 21. तो ये हो गया 21. हमें पूछा गया लेंथ ऑफ द कॉर्ड, पूरे कॉर्ड की लेंथ चाहिए. It is twice, that is 21, 21 both. And so length of the chord, total length is 42 centimeter. Next an important sum. If the radius of a circle is increased by 20%, the area of a circle will be increased by dash. Important sum. अगर ये 2 मार्क में पूछा गया तो आपको मेथड भी दिखानी होगी. अगर एमसीक्यू है तो डायरेक्ट आंसर चलेगा. The radius of a circle is increased by 20%. Area of circle. So first of all, say original area of a circle, we know that area of a circle is pi r square. Now radius increased by 20%. 20% profit जैसा increased. अगर 100 रेडियस है तो नाउ न्यू रेडियस, नए सर्कल की रेडियस क्या हो जाएगी? तो 120. लेकिन हमारी रेडियस आर है, ओरिजिनल सर्कल की रेडियस आर है. तो अगर हमारी रेडियस आर है तो नई रेडियस कितनी होगी? दैट इज 120 by 100 r. 0 0 cut. What we get? So 12 by 10 r is a new radius of a new circle. रेडियस बढ़ गई सो बाय डिफॉल्ट इसका एरिया भी बढ़ेगा. तो ये नई की रेडियस 12 by 10 r है. तो नया एरिया, सो व्हाट इज एरिया? तो पाई r square. But नई रेडियस is what? That is 12 by 10 r. So what we get? Pi r square in fact. So it is 144 by 100 pi r square. It is our original area. इट इज अवर न्यू एरिया। तो इंक्रीज कितना हुआ? सो इंक्रीज इन एरिया इज हाउ मच? तो 144 by 100 pi r square minus 100 minus pi r square equals 100 LCM 144 pi r square minus 100 pi r square upon 100. So we get 44 pi r square by 100. That is increase in area. Now you know that in load standard, what is profit percent? So profit into 100 upon CP. Similar, increase percent ढूंढना है हमें. Increase by dash percent. तो increase percent is what? तो increased percent equals profit. Meaning इतना एरिया बढ़ा 44 by 100 pi r square into 100 upon original area CP. That is original area is pi r square. Pi r square cut 100 cut. Area increase is 44%. जैसे सर्कल में पूछा गया एरिया ऑफ द सर्कल, उसी तरह वॉल्यूम भी पूछा जा सकता है, बट वॉल्यूम ऑफ स्फीयर, वॉल्यूम ऑफ हेमिस्फीयर और कोन एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा। एरिया ऑफ सर्कल की जगह एरिया ऑफ स्फीयर, एरिया ऑफ हेमिस्फीयर भी पूछा जा सकता है। दूसरा, यहाँ इंक्रीज लिखा, इंक्रीज बाय 20%, जैसे इंक्रीज पूछा है उसी तरह डिक्रीज बाय 10%, डिक्रीज बाय 15% एटसेट्रा, ऐसा भी पूछा जा सकता है। तो आपने जो प्लस किया है, जैसे 100 वाला 120 किया, अगर मान लो 10% डिक्रीज पूछा है तो आपको क्या करना है, 100 वाली रेडियस क्या हो जाएगी 90, 10% डिक्रीज है तो व्हाट इज आर, तो 90 बाय 100 और सेम मेथड अप्लाई करना है। यहाँ प्रॉफिट परसेंट की जगह लॉस परसेंट, फॉर्मूला से लॉस इनटू 100 बाय सीपी, तो यू गेट अगेन कितना परसेंट डिक्रीज होगा एरिया, वो भी आपको मिल जाएगा। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, नाउ the maximum volume of a cone, chapter again 12, the maximum volume of a cone carved out from a hemisphere with radius r will be dash. Maximum volume of a cone, किसमें से लेना है cone? From hemisphere. So first of all hemisphere, कैसा वॉल्यूम, मैक्सिमम वॉल्यूम ऑफ अ कोन, इसमें से हमें कोन कार्व्ड आउट, उसमें से निकाल लेना, ऑफ अ कोन कार्व्ड आउट फ्रॉम अ हेमिस्फीयर विथ रेडियस आर। हेमिस्फीयर की रेडियस आर है, तो हेमिस्फीयर की प्रॉपर्टी, अगर ये हेमिस्फीयर है, बनेगा किसमें से, तो स्फीयर में से, तो ये भी रेडियस आर, उसकी डेप्थ ये भी आर, उसकी हाइट तो वो भी आर, तो यहां उसकी हाइट वो भी क्या हो जाएगी आर, दैट इज द हाइट ऑफ द हेमिस्फीयर, बट इट इज सेम एट अ टाइम, इट इज हाइट ऑफ द कोन ऑल्सो। सो कोन में क्या हुआ, रेडियस भी आर, हाइट भी आर, हमें क्या फाइंड करना है, वॉल्यूम ऑफ अ कोन। वी नो द फॉर्मूला ऑफ द वॉल्यूम ऑफ अ कोन, वॉल्यूम ऑफ अ कोन इज 1/3 pi r square h, 1 upon 3 pi r square. Height is also r, so into r. So your answer will be 1 upon 3 pi r cube. So answer is 1 by 3 pi r cube. Next question. The ratio of the radii of two cylinders is 2:3 and the ratio of their heights is 5:3. Find the ratio of their volumes. Again 1 marker or 2 marker question. किसका तो सिलेंडर, तो सिलेंडर का हमें फाइंड करना है. First, ratio of the radii, that is r1 is to r2. r1 is to r2, given 2 is to 3. Similar height, h1 is to h2, given 5 is to 3. So we can say r1 equals 2x, r2 equals 3x, h1 equals 5y, h2 equals 3y. Ratio of height of their volumes, meaning V1 upon V2, volume of cylinder. So pi r1 square h1, pi r2 square h2, pi cut, r1 square. It is 2x the square. X the square h1 to 5y upon r2 to 3x the square into 3y. It becomes 4x square into 5y, denominator 9x square into 3y, y cut, x square cut, 20 is to 27. So ratio of their volume is 20 is to 27. Next one. Important sum. The mean of n observation is x bar. Now observations are obtained by adding 1 to the first observation, adding 2 to second observation, and so on. Then find the mean of the new observation is dash. First of all, we have n observations. The observations are x1, x2, x3, up to xn. These are n observations. Now इसका mean, so we know that x bar equals sigma xi upon n. Number of observations are already given n. So we take n. Sigma xi, that is x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus plus xn upon n. Meaning ये वैल्यू हो गई अपनी x बार. Now नए ऑब्जर्वेशन किस तरह से लेने हैं? Now observations are obtained by adding 1 to the first observation. ये first observation में 1 ऐड करना है. So our new observations are x1 plus 1. Second observation adding by 2. Third observation adding by 3. And similarly, nth observation is एडिंग बाय n। अब हमें ये नए ऑब्जर्वेशन का मीन फाइंड करना है। दैट इज x बार इक्वल्स सिग्मा xi अपॉन n अगेन। सो x1 plus 1, x2 plus 2, x3 plus 3, dot dot dot, xn plus n upon n। It is equals, इसको सेपरेट कर देते हैं। That is x1 plus x2 plus x3 dot 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 plus xn plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n upon n. Separate division. So what we get? X bar equals x1 plus x2 plus xn upon n plus 1 to n, that is sigma n, sum of all natural numbers, that is n natural number, that is n by 2, n plus 1, done in chapter 5, upon 2, it is, sorry, upon n, it is equals, but what is x1, x2, x3 upon xn? That is what? It is nothing but x bar. तो ये वैल्यू हो गई अपनी x बार। n cut, we get n plus 1 upon 2 is the new mean of the observation. Now, due to limited time, अब आगे हम नहीं कर सकते हैं। So, बेस्ट ऑफ लक फॉर योर एग्जाम। जैसे बेसिक मैथ्स में पेपर इजी निकला है, अपना भी पेपर इजी होगा। आपको जो क्वेश्चन सबसे अच्छा आता है वो सबसे पहले अटेंड करना है। एंड बेस्ट ऑफ लक फॉर योर एग्जाम्स। थैंक यू।